Welcome to the studio again, Rachel.
Good to see you, Steve. It's really good to be here again.
Now, you've written this brilliant book called How to Be a Brilliant MC. Tell me more about that.
Well, the reason that I've written the book is so many people get invited to be an MC at the last minute and have no idea what to do. And yet being an MC is absolutely essential for an event, because an MC can make or break the success of a wedding or a product launch or a business conference. If you're really good and you have the audience eating out of your hand, it makes up for anything else that can go wrong. But if you're boring, it's so deadly. So that's why the book's there, to help you be brilliant, even if you've only got a few days' notice.
Well, isn't the MC just meant to announce who's speaking and tell people where the toilets are?
That's what people think. There's so much more to being an MC. So part of it is that you're responsible for the flow and energy of the event. So that means that if something goes wrong, you as the MC have to cover it, so the guests don't know that the wedding cake hasn't arrived, for instance, or that in a business conference the audience don't realise that the speaker's late, because the MC is just filling all the space beautifully and keeping the whole flow of the event running smoothly. That's so important.
I have to say, I've been to plenty of events where that's been done badly and people are wondering what's going on, and so nobody's really taking control of that. So this is something the MC has to do, yeah?
Oh yeah, the MC's in control of what happens, and they have to be monitoring everything that's happening, and they have to prepare really, really well to make sure they know what is supposed to be happening. So they need to go and interview the bride and groom, for instance, or the organizer of the conference, and to find out what's supposed to happen. They need to go and collect stories about people in the audience or about the speakers, so that if they suddenly have to feel, they can tell an extra story or tell an extra joke. And by the way, if you get the book, you get a whole set of free jokes with it, especially for weddings, or we've got some birthday ones as well.
Oh, excellent, because so many people come along with these awful jokes at weddings, so I assume these are really good ones.
Oh no, I didn't say they weren't awful. So you have to be really careful with jokes, because they often can offend people, even if they don't offend you. And at some events, especially like a wedding, you get such a wide variety of people on the guests. You get the elderly aunt and then the mates from the football club, and you have to be able to tell stories and entertain in a way that keeps all of them happy, so that you don't offend. And so it is even with a conference and seminar or product launch. You never know who's actually there. So I often say actually just stay away from jokes, but collect stories, personal stories against yourself of silly things that you've done, or of your corporation and the historic milestones but silly things that people did on the way, or how the bride and groom met. Stories can really be invaluable for an MC. So if you do nothing else, start collecting some suitable stories for the event.
Okay, so that's really helpful advice, just because, you know, when you were saying before, I've got to control all these things and I'm starting to wonder, oh my gosh, how do I keep track of all this? And your book helps people with this?
Oh yes, indeed. And we tell you how to introduce and how to thank, because many people do that badly.
Yes.
You've seen them.
I have. Yeah.
I hope you've never said this person needs no introduction.
I think I might have said that, yes.
Because it's awful, because your job as the MC is to help the people in the audience be sitting on the edge of their seats in anticipation of, wow, I really want to hear Steve Wells. Wow, he's really good. So your job as the MC is to manage the energy of the audience. So you don't just give a few boring facts about the speaker. You make the speaker sound fascinating and a must-hear. And then I also go in the book about how to thank people as well.
Okay, now do you cover all different types of events? Have you got specifics for all of those?
Yeah, we've got a whole special section just for weddings, but also all the rest fits every event. So if you're thanking a speaker at a business conference, the same principles apply as if you're thanking the bride or thanking the groom's father. It's always the same principle. So all the principles will apply across all events. And then we've got the special wedding section.
Okay, so if I am a budding MC, what else do I need to know?
Oh, well, there's lots and lots to know, but more than anything that you need to prepare, you need to know what to prepare. And we go through all the steps of preparation in the book. There's an example running sheet in the book. It tells you step by step what you need to know to be a great MC, Steve. So there is hope for you. If you just read the book, you might be able to be a brilliant MC.
I think I might need it for sure, Rachel, because I've emceed events before, but I basically made it up as I went along, and I think that's what most people do.
And it can fall in a heap. Not a good idea. I'd much rather you read the book.
I think the great thing is also you're telling me that you're not just going to tell me what to do, you're going to tell me what not to do so I can avoid some of those really clangy kind of mistakes that people make.
Yeah. We don't want you to be boring at all. So just read the book, read all the chapters, and then apply it to your particular event, and you'll be fine, Steve.
All right, so where do people get your book?
On our website, rachelgreen.com, and if you go to the books and CDs store, you'll find Master of Ceremonies in there, and it also has its own special website page, which you've got in front of you, Steve.
And I know it's selling all over the world. People in 40 different countries, did you say, are buying your book?
More than 40 different countries. We've sold from Australia, Bermuda, all the way through to Vietnam.
That just goes
it's
to
fantastic.
show that this is a universal need, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And the advantage is because it's an ebook that you can get it instantly, so within the 5 minutes of ordering it. So if you really are short of time, it'll just arrive in your email box as soon as you order it.
So if I've got a wedding this weekend, I'm going to get on there now.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fine. Just read it. We get lots of really great feedback saying, thank goodness I got your book. I didn't know what to do, and it was Thursday night and the wedding was on Saturday. I read it and did what you said, and it all went really well. So the testimonials are on the site.
That's fantastic, Rachel. Okay, good. So rachelgreen.com, and on the product section, Master of Ceremonies ebook.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.